Bye, Wing. Come on, you're the person I'm going to talk to. All right. Are you guys ready for the news for this week? Here's the news for this week. You think you have an idea of what it is already? That is part of it. I'm going to turn that way down. All right. So here's the news for this week. First of all, we will be playing the tournament on PS3 by popular request, meaning one person asked, so why not? Nope, it wasn't Victoria. The second thing is there is a patch in the works that has been approved for every system except for European PS4. And since we can't put it out until all of the systems have it approved, we are now waiting for SCEE to finally approve it. And then you will all get this update, and you'll be able to do things like earn the trophy for beating Marie 300% on PS4, or beat challenge number 7, or a bunch of other things that you can't currently do. It does not fix the... Well, there isn't a patch for Xbox because Xbox is already this version. Lucky them. And the next piece of news, in case you somehow missed it, is that the Kill Sage is sponsored now. So Skullgirls has a sponsored player. Yeah, congratulations to Kill Sage. I can smell you from here. I'm kidding. I can only smell you from, like, Oregon. Yeah, congratulations. Hopefully this means more things for more Skullgirls players, but also hopefully this means the Kill Sage gets to go to a lot of stuff. All right, and the third piece of news is the one that Wing guessed, which everybody here has already heard, I'm sure, which is this. Arc System Works is going to be publishing Skullgirls on PS4 in Japan with Japanese voices. We know who the voices are. I can't tell you who they are, but some of them are freaking amazing. I mean, they're all freaking amazing, but some of them are like, I honestly can't believe that that's who that's going to be. I mean, maybe it also helps some people that I've heard of, like, 75% of these. But yeah, so that is a pretty amazing piece of news. Also, work on the arcade version continues and got bogged down by a thing, and then now is hopefully not bogged down by the thing anymore. So, yeah. But yeah, it's totally being published by Arc. I don't know what kind of details I can provide for you, so I'm going to provide you explicitly 0 details. If people have questions, I'm not looking at the stream chat at all right now, but if people have questions over the course of the night, I will attempt to answer them. So get all of the, does this mean it's going to be $80 or whatever, and have DLC jokes out of your system, because no. I guess the other piece of news is that, so everybody here knows, I mean, this isn't directly Skullgirls related, but everybody here knows that we're working on Indivisible now. So I finally got to start work on the battle system this week, which means that I'll give Davida or Dolphin the opportunity to ask me to talk about it at some point, not now. And then I can talk about it. Also, we're taking sign-ups. The tournaments this week are Vampire Savior, Guilty Gear Accent Corps Plus R, Skullgirls, and Power Stone? Yeah, and Power... 1 or 2? 1? Yes, and Power Stone 1. So if you're not here and you like any of those games, I'm sad for you that you're not here. Although you don't have to pay LA gas prices, which is certainly something. All right, so those were your updates. This will be casuals until further notice. So I'll just say this about the patch. I am severely hoping that they approve it by next Salty, because then I don't have to bring systems anymore. And you guys can bring all of your patch stuff. Yeah. Oh, when is the IGG for Indivisible? That's actually a very good question. We originally said August. It has been slightly delayed until after August, because we need more time to finish the prototype, because we want there to be a pretty well put together / polished playable prototype for the people that are going to decide whether they're going to back it or not. Will there be Japanese voices on anything that is not Japanese PS4? The answer is probably not. For two reasons. The first one is ARC wants you to buy the Japanese PS4 version. I mean, like, for the people that complained that PC didn't get second Encore features yet, or that other things aren't going to get Japanese voices, remember that they wouldn't exist without the companies that paid for those features at all. Like, there would be none of them. So I don't really hold it against the company wanting you to buy the version that the company will actually make money from. So the answer is probably not, because in order to do Japanese voices in other territories, you have to pay exorbitant licensing fees to all of the parties involved in both being the voices and recording the voices. So given that we're us and we barely have any money, we probably can't pay those. Yeah. Is Xbox getting what PS4 has, such as lobbies and such? Lobbies are separate. Every console is getting lobbies, without question. The trials and challenges and voice story mode will not be coming to PS3 and Xbox, because those were paid for by companies that would like you to buy the PS4 and Vita versions. But everybody will be getting lobbies. So I should clarify, everybody will be getting lobbies when they are done for all of the consoles. So we intentionally left them out of the PS3 release right now, because otherwise there wouldn't be any crossplay between PS3 and PS4. But when lobbies for Vita and PS3 and Xbox are complete, all of the consoles will get lobbies. Also, the other day, this may not have anything to do with anything, but I found a way that I can possibly improve everybody's experience in ranked. So when I do the PC update for this patch that's not yet out on PS3 and PS4, when I do the PC update for that, I'm going to try a thing that, for all I know, might completely break ranked. We will find out. That's why I'm going to do it on PC first. But if it doesn't break ranked, then it will greatly improve your who you fight. I mean, like, I can tell you what it is. It's just that currently ranked orders who's available by your ranking value, which is true skill or whatever else. But it doesn't take into account whether you just fought that person. So what I'm going to try to do is make it so that the last 5 people that you fought are considered less good candidates. So if there's no one else available except for them, then you'll fight them again. But if there are other people available that are worse matches than your last 5 matches, then you will prioritize them over anybody that you fought within the last 5 games. Because if Davida and I are very good matches, then even if there are 100 other people playing in the same region, I'm going to get matched up with Davida every time if he's available, because we are good matches for each other. We're also not very good matches for each other, but I didn't want to say that. Will Indivisible be getting stream type things like Skullgirls did? You mean like development streams and stuff? I certainly hope so. I mean, the other thing is, as soon as we have a build that we are ready to show off in any kind of way, I mean, before the Indiegogo, as soon as we have a build that we're like ready to show publicly, we will totally be showing it in public, because we want everybody to be excited about it as sorry, I'm watching YOLO level 3 over there. We want everybody to be as excited about it as we are, which means we want to show it to you as soon as we can. It is somewhat more difficult to do that for a game that has plot and progression and things than it is for a fighting game, because, like, for a fighting game, it's like, we're going to make Eliza now. Check it out. She has, like, 2 moves. Isn't that cool? Because we're not trying to, like, not show you anything. But if there, I mean, we didn't show the story modes for Skullgirls, which is the equivalent of the plot in an RPG. So we're going to show off some stuff that we can show off without giving away too much about the plot. What else we got? Oh, the Vita version is totally continuing. What? No, the Vita version, not DeVita's version. DeVita's version of this game is Solo Eliza Final Destination, no items. Anyway, yes, the Vita version is totally being worked on. Our very awesome contract programmer, who was responsible for a large majority of the PS4 port that works, as opposed to the bits that don't work, is working on the Vita version right now, and I am helping him, even though we are still working on Indivisible. So that is still totally happening. I am trying to stay away from making the builds myself because setting up another development environment on my computer will probably put me out of space. So, yeah. I am not sure whether we are allowed to, like, show progress, but I'm also not sure how I would show progress. I guess I would, like, bring the dev kit in here and then, like, hold it up to the camera. I can see if I can do that next week. Why not? Somebody remind me of that on Skullheart. Are you going to make like a weird side story thing that can have new assets dropped in without revealing story stuff? Actually, yeah, we are. So we're going to try and do sort of a weird thing for Indivisible, which is have a playable version of it available somehow, either to pre-order people or not. I don't know what the details of that are yet, but that will have like different areas with some of the monsters that you'll see later on in the game and won't have any plot at all. I don't know how well that's going to work. It tends to work better for fighting games because playing the game, like the mechanics of it, are the only important part. But we're going to give it a shot because if people can help find bugs, that'd be pretty cool. What platforms will the RPG be on? Xbox One, PS4, and Steam. And the Indiegogo will not be in August, but it will be very shortly after August. I'm sure we can tell you some date that I'm probably not authorized to tell you yet. Sorry. I mean, half of this is I'm actually working on the prototype very much, so I'm trying to stay away from doing PR things for this project because also, as everybody who plays Skullgirls has learned, I'm not a PR person. So I'm not the one that you want talking about your game because I get angry at people and I call people out on their bullshit and I hate everyone. So emphasize, well, so not actually hate, but like I'm not a people person. Yeah, sure, question mark, fine. They're going to take it out of context anyway. They can take my dick out of context. How's that? Nope. I have no filter at all. Anyway, so I'm trying to avoid being most of the PR for Indivisible because that way I don't have to talk in interviews and interviewers don't have to talk to me. So it's a win-win situation. Also, because we have Render, who is ridiculously, amazingly suave and sexy and knowledgeable. Yep, I know. Yes, the rest of the stream is going to be Render compliments for like 6 hours. Wow, that was nice. What about speedrunning? I missed that part of the chat, and now I'm not clicked in it, so I can't scroll around in it. What about speedrunning what? This is hard. What about speedrunning Indivisible? Will you remove cool bugs that let you skip stuff? Nope, I totally won't. In fact, there are several bugs from several other games that lend themselves to speedrunning that I am trying to figure out how to implement in a less buggy and more intentional manner. I don't want to say too much more than that, but I know a lot about how a bunch of games work, and I pay attention to speedruns because they show you what's busted. I would try to fix things like skipping triggers, but that would be before the game came out. If it came out and you were able to skip something and it didn't crash the game, I probably wouldn't fix it. But there are, like, I don't want to say anything too specific, but there are a bunch of speedrunning bugs that I'm like, oh, yeah, if I implement this other thing this way, it'll lead to something like that, but I'll know about it. What? Can you slide cancel with normals? What? Oh, yeah. She doesn't have a slide. So, no. But there's a bunch of other stuff that you can do. I mean, we're trying to make the prototype, like, friendly to people that will want to play it more than once. Yeah, I also have to be really careful not to say demo because it's not a demo. A demo is a small section of a finished game with the rest of the, or with that section being finished, basically. A prototype is, there's a lot of rough edges and there's stuff that's not done and things are missing and things are implemented differently from how they will be in the final game because we have to let you play the prototype. Early September or late September for the prototype. Probably not late September, but yeah. Was there more stuff? Or can we play games? Are people ready to play games? What is Davita's happiness index this week? Yeah, what's your S&P 500? 50 out of a number. All right. Is the number bigger or smaller than 50? Okay, is it bigger or smaller than 100? All right. You don't know. Well, all right. So if people have more questions about Indivisible, I'll be back later. I'm actually going to see if Dolphin asks me to explain the battle system on Skullheart after this. No, Lab Zero is not playable characters. We're not going to do that junk. We only very reluctantly did it in Beowulf's intro. Mostly because we thought it was funny and we didn't want to have to come up with staff members.
You know what's hilarious? If they put the man from SG in that
Wait, is that actually Dan though?
It's just Mega Man's face with the beard.
What's the name? But they didn't make it Dan's face? Oh, I'm so pissed off. Yeah. Okay, so it's just Mega Man with a beard? I guess that kind of works. All right, I'm going to go see whether people are ready for the tournament or what's going on. I will be back. Thank you, everybody.